Asampa FM so ne yakosi san dwumade no asogu so a otie ne da mu nyina asese matwen yen ama yakọ abasa de ri kan share mobo no ene ye ne Defense Minister of the Republic of Ghana, Member of Parliament for the Bimbilla constituency, Ebedi Enkomo, and it's probably the most sought after interview ene because of issues abobaba over the weekend on Ghana social media. And some now cause so far military deployment into some border towns in our country, focus no the Volta region of Ghana. In the Enyanui, Yebebu Sanas Ansemino in Yenara, and I'm so two former presidents issue statement, one from Jerry John Rawlings and the second one from John Dramani Mahama. Nina question say beto Ediama Defense Minister. Na fei washe amai anu e inti yen same Rebecca Akwaba Kwaba na yahwa to so Honorable Dominic Nitiwul Akwaba.
Mina medasi Michia Ghana for nyina, Michia Oti for nyina, and yede yeguso ye juma or Defense Ministry. And so far very good over the last 4 years. Ejuma you say you say Ghana for nyina they should be safe, and so far you feel say and we will continue to do that as long as God gives us life.
And to get our men in uniform motivated, no, specifically Nioma Bensa na Mudia Gua Mama in the last 4 years.
Oh yeah, Bibre Amomo. We did some promises, or we made some promises, and we've been delivering on them. Of course, there's nobody who is perfect. There are one or two per se. For example, we hadn't promised them the forward operating base. A forward operating base, no, I saw your forward takrade, and we want them to move a little to a particular place, like around in Zelibu. That's what we have done. We've decided to move them to the extreme end of Western region and set up a base for them, especially the Navy. Our oil assets, no, free takra the echo drew by ship, no, 4 to 5 hours. Baby, yes, sa base, no. Okay, say last President Kokati sort, and baby, yes, our base, no. It's costing the people of Ghana over $1 billion Ghana cedi. Over $1 billion Ghana cedi. Baby, yes, our base, no. It will take them just 30 minutes, between 25 to 30 minutes, instead of the 4 to 5 hours, to be able to protect our oil resources and all the things that are here. Very soon, you'll be called up north to put more bases or some selected areas that will help us protect maybe our borders. Our borders with Togo, Burkina. Soldiers will stay in Bole because it establishes our post in Hamili and the borders. To say Saboba and then Boku area establishes those and the government has released that money for that purpose. Yeah, more 125 vehicles, different assorted vehicles for the first time. For the Land Cruisers, pickups, armored vehicles, armored vehicles, autocar armored vehicles, for them to be able to do their job. What is even more important is even their motivation in terms of their salaries. No, and so to even top it up, we invested over 600 million Ghana cedi in accommodation facilities. In Tioko Tamale, Bemakam. If you go to all the bases, we are going to build accommodation facilities for them. Some we are renovating, some we are building. You change the military academy and training schools. You call horses here, you can take your cameras to the place, go and see new buildings. You're changing school, no, because we want them our officers to get quality education. Maybe school, no, we don't want round down and dilapidated structures. Until you're changing the face of the whole school, because the officers are the thinking caps of the armed forces. Until you say, where do we be able to learn and learn properly? After that, you're called training schools. Army training school, Navy training school, Air Force training school. For Navy, we've started building more structures for the Navy training school. After that, we'll do Army and we'll do Air Force. Air Force also, but all in all, the amount of investments are government way in the armed forces, it's unprecedented. And I've challenged any government to come out and say they've done better than us. There's no government.
There's no government. And you are sure about that?
I am 100% sure about it. Figure by figure, no government. In the first 3 years of his term, Ache and Akufo-Addo, no government. And I've always told them, me challenging Mahama's government, I've challenged all the governments. So far, figure by figure, amount of money, good armed forces we have put in the armed forces over the last 3 years, no government.
I don't know the parameters, share salary adjustment, share accommodation, share ammunition, and that's share them.
Share salary adjustments to the person himself, share UMP scheme force to the person himself, share accommodation to the person, for accommodation, share hardware. They say armored vehicles, buses, pickups, motorbikes, bibia, roads, and other things. That's why I say the first 3 years of every government, what we have done, no government.
In terms of the accommodation, it be for junior officers and senior officers.
Most of them, say your officers need soldiers. Most for soldiers. Of course, there are some for the officers, but most areas for soldiers and kasa. Okotamalesi say it's mostly for the soldiers and some for the officers as well. And not just for only officers, for the soldiers.
The biggest story over the weekend in the Armed Forces Hong Kong has been military deployment. Yenim say somewhere around 22nd or somewhere in March, and our Mampini announced the closure of our land, air, and sea borders. And we know say our borders, especially land borders, remain shut. After that announcement, more deployment be to our border post now.
We did do so many things to make the country even safer. There were joint task force deployments. Police for most of times try to aid the police or assist the civil police in trying to bring peace and sanity into the country. I saw your forward close to 23 different operations. Operation Gongong, Operation Ahunjo, Operation Sit Down and Look, Operation Conquer Face, Operation Vanguard, Bibri, Operation Halt 1, Operation Halt 2. I saw your forward base 23 different type of operations across the country. So I know that it has been going on completely. But over the last year in February, precisely February 21st, President Amaya deployed into the northern part of Ghana under Operation Conquered Fist. What was the purpose? Your intelligence said terrorists will come into the country. Into a year, deployment to ensure that our country remains safe. And under that deployment, we had the Joint Task Force headquarters. Now there were 3 officers and 2 men. In Bolgatanga, there were 1 officer and 14 men. In Boku, now there were 2 officers and 176 men that we deployed in Boku.
That's for the counter-terrorism.
Yes, one
operation.
Your friend, Operation Conquer Fist.
Okay,
but Fist. We didn't come around to be announcing. For soldiers, you allow them to do the work. Their work will tell. And yet, say, announcing, and then every day you are making noise about it. Ultimately, you'll be judged by how safe your people are. And yet, the sort of media Ferrari you create, it is how safe your people are. That is for Upper East. Tumu, which is Upper West, we deployed one officer, 35 men. Hamili, 2 officers, 15 men. Wa, 1 officer, 13 men. Chirponi, 1 officer, 63 men. That's 63 soldiers. Saboba, 1 officer, 22 soldiers. Tatale, it was only police. No officer, 11 men, police. All these I've mentioned, police were also deployed as well. Bole, now you were no officer, 12 soldiers. But Sola, Zibila, Paga, Pusika, Bunkrugu, Golu, Lora, Dorimon, Wuchao, Nadoli, Lukala. All these were the police for Koho. That is for Operation Conquer Fist, anti-terrorism.
At the time, you shut borders down. You close borders.
That was 21st February 2019. Okay. Last year. Then on 30th of March to the 20th of April, we further deployed more soldiers during the lockdown period. Lockdown period. Because during the lockdown period, you say, even though the borders were closed, people decided to come into the country. Over the lockdown period alone, Mukai said, Minister for Interior, who announced, said over 5,000 people were arrested by the immigration people. It is those they could arrest. Can you imagine those they couldn't arrest? Some were arrested in Ghana, some were arrested at the crossing. Over 5,000. We decided to assist immigration by deploying more soldiers on the 30th of March and then up to the 20th of April. A few weeks this year, 2020. Then the lockdown period ended. During the lockdown period, we observed something. Said crime rate was very, very low.
Now, in the lockdown period, so we share number of soldiers and we deploy across the country. Now,
we deployed over 100 soldiers to assist immigration within the lockdown period, all across the borders. Okay. Not last week, the Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago, National Security Council meeting, and we decided, said, no, let's enhance CAM Life. CAM Life is this anti-armed robbery in the night type of operation. I saw your phone police for Umuye. So we decided to enhance it. So you will realize that if Sao Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, and the regional capitals, you are going to see more soldiers and police, especially in the evenings. Then we pick up intelligence, say across the entire borders, more people are going to come inside. And people started streaming inside. Immigration started arresting even more people once the lockdown was over. Foreigners.
Even when our borders remained closed.
So, if you go to Chebe, you will see people from Guinea. All these people got into the country during the lockdown period. So we decided that no, our borders are shut and closed. So say your corona, the thing is going up. Our neighbors are not testing. They are testing, but the testing is very, very low. All our 3 neighbors, the testing capacity is very low. We have used our resources in testing and testing and testing. We should not allow people to cross into our country and create problems for us. So we decided, say, we should get the military to assist the Minister of Interior to keep our borders shut and don't allow anybody
to come in.
We send more police, we send more immigration, and we send more soldiers.
And this decision was taken 2 Wednesdays ago.
2 Wednesdays.
After some National Security Council meeting, say you would want to beef up and support the Ministry of Interior to maintain borders now. Yes. Say the people now, in Ghana, border towns saying here.
But the number of border towns there also. You were about 53 approved routes. Okay. But the unapproved routes, those that we have recognized are more than 200.
Across the country, 250.
Over 250. Those that we have recognized, they are unapproved. But there are some we have not even recognized. And there are more than 500. Wow. What you say? Yeah. That there are little paths. There are more than 500 unapproved routes. Into immigration their numbers are small. They don't have the weapons, and it's sometimes very difficult. We decided that we will at least support them in manning some of the recognized unapproved routes across the whole country.
This deployment to beef up and support the immigration, the military were going to police the unapproved routes.
They were going to say nobody comes in, nobody goes out. The borders remain shut. That's why OTA Minister of Interior was And which is the truth, that most of the people who were always coming to the country was the eastern border, particularly even the northern side. Just read region by region, the numbers are here deployed. Upper East, we deployed in 8 towns, 8 crossing towns, 8 borders, crossing towns. 8 officers and 199 men.
Across the 8 towns, no?
8 towns.
199 soldiers. And 8 officers. Upper East region.
Upper East, Nkwa. Sonfusi. Your friend baby, friend Krumbi, Sonfusi. You're the 1 officer and 20 men at the call. Wuri Yonga, 1 officer, 20 men. Congo, 1 officer, 20 men. Pulmakrum, 1 officer, 20 men. Garu, no officer, 12 men. Boku, 1 officer, 45 men.
In Boku alone.
Boku alone. Bolga, 2 officers, 45 men. Paga, 1 officer, 17 men. Inti, Usha Upper Easter, 8 officers, 199 men. Upper East Nkwa. Now, the next town, if you are descending downwards, is Northeast. Northeast, you the 3 officers, new region, Northeast, no. You the 3 officers and 99 men. That we have deployed there. 3 officers, 99 men. Yogu, Ewa Chirponi area. Yogu, Ewa it's a border town around Chirponi area. 1 officer, 20 men. Ewa. Nambiri, Ewa Chirponi, Ewa Saboba district. The Nambiri people are concombers and chakoses. Yegu ye concombers and chakoses. 1 soldier, 20 men. Northeast, a Bimobes, no officer, 15 men. Chirponi, a chakoses and concombers. 1 officer, 44 men. Inti a 3 officers, 99 men. Upper East, 8 officers, 199 men. Northeast region, 3 officers, 99 men. Minko Northern region. There are 5 towns, 5 crossing points are here deployed as soldier for. Walapa, 1 officer, 20 men. Sheni, a basari for ni concomba for. Walapa, a concomba for ni some ever fishermen. Into basically concombers. Sheni, 1 officer, 20 men. Nakpali, 1 officer, 20 men. Saboba, concombers, 1 officer, 23 men. Tatale, concombers, and Basare, 1 officer, 22 men. So essentially, another region, a concomber for a crumna they deployed. I am a concomber. Northeast, basically concombers and chakoses. Me a concomber. So I hate my people as well. So northern region is 5 officers, 105 men. Okay, let me repeat. Upper East, 8 officers, 199 men. Northeast, 3 officers, 99 men. Northern region, 5 officers, 105 men. Oti region, that's the next region if you are coming downwards to the south. Oti, 6 crossing areas. What are the numbers? 2 officers, 70 men. Oti, 2 officers, 70 men. Tinjasi, Konkomba 4, 1 officer, 15 men. Nabu, Konkomba 4, 0, no officer, 10 men. Minusu, Akan, 1 officer, 15 men. Ahumasu pillar 83. Your friend Ahumasu pillar 83. No officer, 10 men. akan. Q, they call it Q. No officer, 10 men, akan. Dadiesi, akan. No officer, 10 men. Into 2 officers, 70 men.
For region.
Oti region. 2 officers, 70 men. Then you come to Volta region, which is the last regional, eastern side of Ghana.
Yes.
You have 8 crossing areas. What is the total?
For Volta region.
Volta region. So Volta region is 3 officers, 95 men. But remember, say, Upper East is 8 officers, 199, double the number in Volta region. Northeast, much smaller, is 3 officers, 99 men, much smaller than Volta region, but there are 3 officers, 99 men. So we'll call Northern regional 5 officers, 10 men, 105 men, bigger than Volta region. So Northeast is bigger than Volta region. Northern region is bigger than Volta region in terms of the people we have sent. Upper East is double the number of soldiers we have sent to Volta region. Into Volta region, 8 places, 3 officers, 95 men. Aflao, of all the places are they're just 1 officer, 15 men.
15.
15
for Aflao.
Aflao. 1 officer, 15 men. No officer, 10 men. Shia, no officer, 10 men. Nyuvi, 1 officer, 15 men. Afigame, 1 officer, 15 men. And Likpe, Baglo, no officer, 10 men. Oka Northern Regional, 5 officers, 5 men. Oka Upper Isa, 8 officers, 199 men. That is the eastern border.
Okay, that's the eastern border.
Eastern border.
Free Volta, top. But the question then
Upper West.
Okay.
At the top, you were Boku, you were Paga. I've already mentioned Paga. Until you were Wa, Tumu, and Hamili.
Yeah.
That is the top.
Yeah.
Yeni Burkina.
Yeah.
Wa, 1 soldier, 1 officer, 15 men. That's the regional capital.
Okay.
Tumu, a border town. 1 officer, 35 men.
For Tumu.
Tumu, Rukai say Aflao is just 1 officer, 15 men.
Yeah.
Tumu is 1 officer, 35 men. For Upper West, we deployed in 3 areas, 4 officers, 65 men. Savannah, but the western side.
So, yeah.
Savannah, Damango, you were 21 men, no officer. Then let me go. Bono region, Sampa, you were 8 soldiers. Gono Krom, 4 soldiers. Nkran Kwanta, 4 soldiers. Kofi Badu, 4 soldiers. The total operation Kwanka fees are 44 soldiers.
For Bono region.
Bono region.
Okay.
The western region, Elubu, 1 officer, 7 men.
Okay.
Half Asini, no officer, 6 men. 13 and then 1. That's western region. So that's the entire country.
The entire country. And what this means, before SAR deployment, which decision was taken 2 Wednesdays ago. Yes. Now all these areas, soldier for they had military.
So if he sent 15 soldiers to Aflao, it's not a new thing to the people of Aflao.
But the other thing, Honorable NSA, Muteki decision to beef up in terms of deployment 2 Wednesdays ago. Why, sir, immediately after the Supreme Court ruling, the men moving on the ground?
No, it's not about the Supreme Court ruling. The men have been moving on the ground long before the Supreme Court ruling. Lockdown was 30th of March and then the 20th of April, 2019, 2020. And the last batch moved on the 18th and 19th of June.
18th and 19th of June.
Yes.
And numbers how they move. In Aflao, for instance, 15 additional soldiers, echo on the 18th and 19th of June.
That's when they all move. What we call lockdown, calm life. when we have the enhanced count life, it is 18th and 19th of June that we issued the movement order.
For them to move. And Omu sole responsibility is to secure
assist the immigration, which has a responsibility for border control, to secure our borders, full stop.
That's all there is to it.
They have not been asked to go to any polling station, secure our borders. And no. There is no any other thing. Except say the Regional Security Council decides that, oh, there's armed robbery here, come and aid us. Obviously, if the local people think, say, oh, so there's an armed robbery, so it's cannot fold their hands. So I would encourage the local people to work with them.
Because Ochina, for example, Electoral Commission CIA voter registration exercise. You say across the border into Ofa Flow, for example, just across the border, you enter Togo. Ghana for only be enso ewo who are Ghanaians, be a full Ghanaians, be a business, be on wakoka, obi so a dual citizen. Sanko for no
meaning our borders are shut.
Okay.
And we have put COVID regulations, say, Oba Ghana, whether you're Togo, wherever. So, oh, you're Ghana, and Togo, from Togo, you come regularly, report yourself to the authorities, quarantine yourself for 14 days. Then you can be allowed to go out.
Anybody who thinks he or she is Ghanaian, wakoka Togo and wakoka Ivory Coast, where do you go to report?
Our borders are closed.
Okay.
It's like asking somebody, I'll walk Kuwait and answer America, say, hey, our borders are closed to human movement, except cargo.
Yes.
Say a cargo, that cargo can come, but for human movement, our borders are closed.
But we've seen evacuations from the US. We've seen evacuations.
That's what I'm saying. Say, if there are a number of people in Togo, say they will tell the authorities, they will allow them to come in.
And by the authority, you mean the embassy there?
Yes.
And then look at your own cost. Hotels, it should be at your own cost. And for now, the force, and I say deployment, they are to ensure say the borders remain shut and no human being will cross.
That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. And we did not in Volta region alone. We deployed and the entire country. The entire country. So, the entire country. That's the deployment we did. And your Volta region.
For lesson ben the movie from this furor we are generating, say in future with the benefit of hindsight, mobile deployment be say you proactively inform the Ghanaian people.
Says furor is needless. Just a simple courtesy call. A simple call from anybody who wishes to get information. And information it's public knowledge. It's just complete. It's needless. In any case, we share the operations of the Ministry of Defense. We have not been having the habit of releasing maybe our soldiers. In fact, if not because of this furor, I would not have even told you maybe our soldiers are working. They are not there to aid a political party or they are loyal to the government and loyal to the people of Ghana. No. And they're supposed to do work as that. And your political party be another individual, that's not the work of soldiers. Until they have gone to support the Ministry of Interior to ensure say our borders remain shut. So you bear your borders to allow people to come in, and we feel say we are safe from COVID. They say, oh, you are safe from COVID. Our soldiers will pull back, as simple as that.
And leave the standing force.
Our borders are shut. Don't try to bring anybody.
While the soldiers are in these crossing towns, said the are they allowed to move about in town? Say, people see them.
Soldiers do their work by order. And to me, the officers will give them their duty is to ensure that nobody crosses out. And if you ask all the places are soldier for your mujuma, they go to do their work and that's it. It's not their duty to move in town, doing what in town. No. If you see them moving in town, then they are going for a specific task. Maybe somebody is misbehaving somewhere and I say I'm robbery, some damage or people are fighting and they've asked them to assist. And you don't work out, But to go around moving around town and do what? A soldier for more, yes, sir. They are well behaved, they are disciplined. Until I know, say, the soldiers are there to do specific duty to ensure, say, nobody moves out, nobody moves in. Our country is safe. People who want to rush into the country and bring us diseases, COVID in particular. Look, we cannot joke. Say your government and we fold our hands and this thing spikes out because people have come into the country. Ghana will blame us. Yeah. So we will not allow that to happen. That's the duty of the soldiers. So anybody, doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a former president or anybody who thinks, say, they are there because they want to prevent people from registering, the person has not gotten his briefings right.
I'll come to the statement of the former president, but now me Busa, your senior colleague in Parliament, that's the Honourable Katie Hammond, is on record to have said, say, you cannot go through the Supreme Court process, get a ruling, and then allow the borders to be porous for more any Ghana to come in and register. And that's why these deployments now.
Katie Hammond does not have the authority to speak on behalf of the Ministry of Defense. And he doesn't have the authority to speak on behalf of the party. So I just know, say, whatever he said or he did not say, he was speaking on his own behalf, just like any other person. And he will be judged and held accountable for what he has said. He has come out to say he has not said that. So, for me, I am speaking on behalf of the Minister of Defense. Kojo Oponkrumah will speak on behalf of government, and Yabwa Sama will speak on behalf of the party. I think, say, let us focus on these people. If it is true, say, somebody has made a no-centric statement, I'll condemn it. But as far as I am concerned, we are the official mouthpiece, and we have said, say, the soldiers are there to make sure, say, our borders are closed. The intelligence we have is that more people have been coming, and there's evidence to show that people are coming, even during the lockdown. The numbers are even getting bigger, and we want to stop it.
But Katie Hammond, with his experience, cannot just speak. Some feel he rather spoke to a clandestine arrangement by government just to ensure, say, you suppress vote in some of these areas.
Oh, I think I've told you that it is not possible to use soldiers to suppress anybody's vote. You are insane, Aflawo, and you leave your house to go to the polling booth to go and register. Why the soldiers will come and block you? Soldiers are not coming to the polling stations. Those who are at the polling stations are the letter commission people, the people who are registering, and the officer who has been assigned to that polling station. And no other person. It doesn't matter whether you are a soldier or anybody. You have no business to be there. And the soldiers will not go there. Foreigners are free and money, whether to go Ivory Coast or Burkina and to come in, that one will block them. That one you will right. If you are thinking of those who want to come in illegally, you know they will block them.
Even if the person is Ghanaian.
Like I said, there is a protocol you follow. If you follow that protocol, nobody has any business with you. So over Ghana, through the legal means, and you spend the 14 days quarantine, you will go to your house and do what and register. Nobody is going to stop you. But to think, say, illegally you can enter into Ghana, the duty of the security forces is to stop you, and they will do that.
By this, you mean Katie Hammond misspoke?
I've told you, say, Katie Hammond itself, if he really spoke like that, he has no business speaking on behalf of us. I don't know whether you're getting me. He has not been there. There are two conflicting things. He says he didn't say it, and then some people say he said it. I'm saying that if he really said anything that is wrong, I will condemn him.
But you've heard him.
I heard him say.
Did what you hear?
I'm saying some of the things he said were basically wrong. And that one I've already condemned, and I think that he needs to distract those things by saying that some people came in and voted 100,000. It wasn't true. I mean, he didn't get his facts right. Sure, if you look at that particular part, he didn't get his facts right. He talked about the people are not Ghanaians. Meaning the Togolese who are coming in say they are not Ghanaians. That one we all will say is right. But if he really meant anybody say it's a Votarian, then that one will condemn him. I will condemn him. I'll be the first to condemn him. That if he said that I'm condemning him, I knew that is wrong. Why? During the time you were Togo, your friends, this plebiscite time. The people of Rafao have always been Ghanaians anyway. They were not part of the plebiscite. It's from home upwards to the north, including my people. We came from we were those who voted on the plebiscite. So if you attack somebody who came to vote on plebiscite, then you are attacking Dominic Nitiwul as well. I know there is wrong. I'll condemn such a thing and condemn it rightly. But I'm saying, I don't believe he was meaning those people. But if he did, I'll condemn him. And I'm happy that he has come to deny, say he has never said Evers are not Ghanaians. But if he ever said I will condemn him, I'll be the first to condemn him.
The former president, Jerry John Rawlings, statement, they said, the presence of the military and other security agencies in some part of the Volta and Oti regions is generating animosity, especially amongst innocent citizens whose basic way of life is being disrupted. The deployment along the borders at peacetime, especially at this particular point in time, has created so much suspicion and will call for a lot of intelligent flexibility and diligence. The COVID-19 restrictions have created enough difficulties for most of our citizens. Let us not make it worse with overbearing and intimidating behavior towards our border dwellers, whose livelihoods solely depend on activities along the border. Ahead of the voter registration exercise and the December elections, it is important that we demonstrate a sense of fairness and justice to all individuals and groups of people whilst maintaining the integrity and the sanctity of the process. Kobna Ando Amuakwa, Communications Director, to the former president, issue statement.
And part of the statement, meaning we were doing passes, so I disagree. We did not deploy soldiers only in Volta and Oti. Okay. We deployed Volta, Oti, Northern, Savannah, West, Upper East, Bono, Western. We deploy soldiers across the whole country, and their purpose is to ensure that people do not break one. The fact say, you see, our borders are closed. It's COVID time. We have to save the people of Ghana. And so our soldiers are there to do that kind of thing. Our soldiers are not there to do any other duty. So I would advise people not to cross to Togo and Togolese not to cross to Ghana. I would advise Burkinabes not to cross into Ghana. Neither will I advise Ghanaians not to try to cross into Burkina. I would advise Ghanaians not to cross into Ivory Coast because we have deployed across the entire country to protect Ghanaians. Our numbers are going up. We don't want more problems. The country is closed, and we've realized the people are struggling to cross. So we've decided to beef the numbers up with soldiers and police, and yes, soldiers and police, to ensure the immigration can do their work effectively. They're the lead agency, and soldiers will back them. A soldier four are there to support them. So that's why I say we didn't deploy only for two specific regions. Maybe his intelligence was that we deployed for just two regions. That's
not true. But these are two former presidents, knowing what a former president, the aura they carry, the information at their disposal. Because, for example, former President John Dramani Mahama's statement now. Also, reports have filtered in of a massive deployment of military and other security personnel in the Volta, Oti, Upper East, and Upper West regions. The unexplained security deployment to these border regions have clearly been timed to coincide with the commencement of the voter registration exercise across the country. These deployments have begun to create panic and anxiety among residents of the various regions who have been left in no doubt that it has been done as part of a larger strategy to intimidate them into abstaining from the registration exercise starting next Tuesday. I have sufficient reason to believe that there is merit in the concerns raised by the residents of these regions. This represents another unprecedented low in the shameless abuse of state power to attack the very citizens whose safety and security the Akufo-Addo government should be protecting. It is becoming evident by the day that the Akufo-Addo government perceives political power as an end in itself, hence the resort to such crude and high-handed measures to usurp the mandate of the people, to send troops into regions in times of peace for the sole purpose of preventing them from registration amount to declaring war on them. Any president sanctioning this sort of activity stands in breach of his oath to the people of Ghana. Any president doing this commits a grave sin against the very people he swore to. And these are very, very strong words from the former president. And based on information of Wano, he's right to make these comments.
I think he's definitely not right to make these comments. He was just the immediate past Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces of the Republic of Ghana. He should know better than anybody that the Ghana Armed Forces cannot be manipulated to do the things he's accusing them of doing. He should better know. He knows better than anybody because he was a Commander-in-Chief for 4 good years. Until himself, Armed Forces of Ghana cannot be manipulated by anybody, including the sitting president, to do the sort of things he wants them to go. To go and surprise people to not register? You're accusing your armed forces of doing that? Of agreeing to go and do that? I'm appalled. In any case, the former president knows very well, or he should know very well, say, since February 21st, 2019, a year and a half ago, we have deployed troops in Boga, in Boku, in Tumu, in Hamili, and yes, just soldiers alone. Soldiers, police, and immigration, we've deployed them in Boga, in Boku, in Tumu, in Hamili, in Wa, in Chirponi, in Saboba, in Tatale, in Bole, in Sola, in Zibila, in Paga, in Pusiga, in Bunkrugu, in Golu, in Lora, in Domrimon, in Wachao, Nadoli, and Lukula. We have deployed both soldiers and police in these towns. Most of them were police, but soldiers, you deployed because Bole soldiers were there, Saboba soldiers were there, Chirpone soldiers were there, Wa soldiers were there, Tumu soldiers were there, Hamili soldiers were there, Boku soldiers were there, Bolagatanga soldiers were there. You deploy soldiers in all these areas. Why would the Prime President suddenly say it's just now that we are deploying soldiers in all these areas?
Also, more time for it to coincide with the registration. But just to intimidate.
I've given you the dates. 21st February 2019, 30th of March 2020, and the last one is 18th of June. Is the Prime President saying, all these towns that I've mentioned, Boku, Boga, Tumu, Hamili, Wa, Chirpone, Saboba, Bole, where we deployed soldiers. And then for police, we deployed them in Lukalu, Nadoli, Wachao, Mormon, Lora, Gulu, Bunkrugu, Pusika, Paga, Zibila, Sola, Bole, Saboba, Chirpone, Wa, Hamili, Tumu. When we deployed them a year and a half ago, and they have been there up to now. We spend every month on them more than 1 million Ghana cedi. Yes.
On keeping the forces there.
Since the President promised, as he moves around the country, or his intelligence people around the country, they don't tell him that these people have been deployed 1.5 years ago. And he's now accusing us that we have deployed massive soldiers. We deployed the soldiers a year and a half ago, 12 officers, 372 men. A year and a half ago, they have been there. And for police, 4 police officers and 265 men, they have been there. Ghana Immigration Service, 172 men. And GRA, 70 men. They have always been there for 1.5 years. Soldiers, 372, police 172, police 265 plus 4 officers, and Ghana Immigration GRA 70. So for soldiers, 12 officers, 372. For police, 4 officers, 265. For GIS, 72 of the immigration officers, and then for GRA, 70. Since a year and a half ago, we have been keeping these people at the borders.
And in 18th, 20th,
18th and 20th, we beef them up. No, 30th and then 30th of March and 20th of April, we beef them up. Okay. And then 18th and 19th, we further beef them up. So I'm very disappointed in the former president to allude, say we have just deployed them just recently. He obviously got his facts wrong. He got his intelligence wrong. And I think he should withdraw at least these portions of the statement. He should withdraw it. Those were wrong. He didn't get his facts.
He even calls on the president, say, put an immediate end to this needless siege and live up to your oath of office, which binds you to treat all Ghanaians equally and ensure their safety and security. And our warning and so Ediama, the men in uniform, say to the men and women of Ghana Armed Forces who have been deployed for this exercise, remember that your fidelity is to the state of Ghana and not a political party. The people you encounter are the very people under whose authority you wear your respected uniforms. The politicians who send you to intimidate fellow citizens will not be there always, but your commitment to the sanctity of the state of Ghana is eternal. I urge you, therefore, not to become the tool by which the rights of innocent Ghanaians are abused. And he says, bear in mind that there is always a day of accountability, and that any abuse you subject your fellow citizens to will be subject to scrutiny in the near future.
So when Mahama deployed troops to Bimbila, when there was a problem there, when he deployed troops to Yendi, when there was a problem there, he deployed troops to Boko, when there was a problem there, when he deployed troops to Wa area, when he deployed troops to even Bole, when there was a problem in that area, was Mahama sending the troops to go and intimidate people? Is that what he was saying? When he was commander-in-chief and then he deployed troops across the country for reasons that they felt at that time, say it was necessary to deploy troops, were they sending them to go and intimidate people? I think he got his facts wrong, completely wrong. We deployed the first wave of troops a year and a half ago. 3 months ago, we deployed another set of troops. And about 3-4 weeks ago, we deployed the last set of troops.
Will you withdraw them? Said the author.
I think that if we withdraw troops today, we are not living out to our expectation as a government. Because he obviously is set his own questions and he's trying to answer. Said maybe because of registration, that's why we deploy them. But unfortunately, that's not it. That's why I said that he's a former president. He should have just at least sought the information before doing what he did. But he got his facts wrong. We deployed them to ensure that people do not abuse the order of the state, which is that our borders are closed. And we do not deploy them to only areas that he thought we have. They don't even know we deployed them to Western region. We deployed them to Bono region. We deployed them Upper East, Upper West, Northern region, Northeast, Savannah. We deployed them to all the regions. He should go to Bole, that's where he comes from, and find out whether soldiers have been deployed there or not. They have been deployed there. So I just think that it will help him if next time he finds out what the real facts are on the ground and he can speak to them. But he obviously got his facts wrong. And I think he should rather be withdrawing this statement, this harsh words he used.
Also withdraws our statement.
I think so.
But I wish the warning to the men in uniform say the day of accountability will come.
I think it's very unfortunate, completely needless and unfortunate, especially the fact that he was a former commander-in-chief. It's completely needless. It's very unfortunate, and I wish he never said such things.
Honorable Dominic Nitiwul, ma yemfa NC na fe nya kwan ekoto awedwuma so ye da se papa for your time.
Minya, me das, and may God bless you all.
Okay, and that's the Defense Minister of the Republic of Ghana, Dominic Nitiwul, or MP for the Bimbila constituency, and Matesi Aneno AD and Komo. The conversation will continue. Inti yebedani yehu aba yeba the discussion segment no etwa muso ekosi sensuni ewa sempa 94.7 FM.